Hi guys, my name is Balu, and this is my YouTube channel. So, this YouTube channel is going to be about automotive content. So I'll be filming myself going to events like my very own Illis Breakfast Run, going to Killarney events and such. And I'll be doing the occasional short reviews on cars I find interesting, and also modified cars will be featuring, of course. But please stay tuned and let me know if you like this type of content. Okay, so guys, today we have this BMW Z4 sDrive 20i. So of course, it's a 20i, so it's a 2-liter turbo that BMW calls the B48. Quite well known in the tuning industry, but this is the little sibling to the B58 6-cylinder turbo, which you find in the M40 models like the M340i, M440i, X4, all the 40i models pretty much. So what's interesting about this B48 is that it's got quite a bit of power. It's 197 horsepower roundabout, and it does 0 to 100 in 6.6 seconds through an 8-speed automatic transmission. So, as we all know, these cars are pretty tunable, but you could of course start off with the downpipe and the tune, which you can do because it's a modern turbo car. This car to me is actually pretty impressive. It has the M Sport package as signified by the M badges and a little bit of goodies here and there, but we will do an exterior walk around just to show you the odds and ends about the cars. And the cool part is this is a convertible. But another cool fact about this chassis of Z4, it is co-developed with Toyota to have the kind of what you call badge engineering. So this chassis is shared with a Toyota Supra. And for me, the resemblance comes from this bonnet, because the bonnet does not have the traditional fender, just like in the Toyota Supra. And of course, the hard lines you can see kind of spill over from the Toyota Supra if you look at them really closely. But that's why I think that this car is really interesting. This car has an M Sport package, of course, but what's quite interesting is this car came with the silver kidney grills, but the owner of this vehicle had to change out for the black grills, which I think ties better into this front end. The silver sticks out a little bit, but this looks so much better in my opinion, even though I'm not a fan of black cars, which is something my friends know me for. So of course this car is equipped with the BMW LEDs, of course the standard bumper, it's pretty much bone stock on the outside. To continue with the exterior of the car, we of course giving a side profile. So the first thing I want to start off with are these M Sport rims. I love these wheels because they are in a diamond cut configuration, so you have the black with the silver touch. I love silver wheels, but this is quite tasteful with the black on this car. So in the rear we have 19-inch in the rear, 18-inch in the front, so this is a staggered setup, and the back is rocking 275s and the front are 255s in width. With the styling of the exterior, I love this solid line that kind of ties in with the tail light and just gives a nice cut division on the otherwise sleek side profile. Here we have a vent that of course extracts air from the wheel well, but also gives a nice umbrella of air, so it's a bit of air management from the side of BMW, and these are actually functional. A lot of manufacturers, they add these styling vents, but they aren't functional. This one is functional, so I find that really cool. So of course we have the standard BMW side mirrors, no M caps here. It's literally bone stock. This car has been virtually untouched on the outside, which I find pretty cool. So this also has the painted roll bars, which is a pretty cool touch with a Z4 motif. You can't see it from here. I mean, it's pretty hard to pick up on camera, but I'll try to get a shot of that for you guys. But I think that pretty much wraps up the side profile of the car. Now we're going to move on to the rear of the car. Come around the rear of the BMW Z4. As of course you can see the badge sDrive 20i, meaning a rear-wheel drive 2-liter turbo in this case. This is of course one of the models to come before they removed the I at the end, which I think I have quite a take on that actually. I don't like that they removed the eye because the eye kind of symbolizes tradition in the sense when they first bought the fuel injected cars, the eye was there and you could know that it's an eye. And then since they bought the eye for the electric models, they had it before the model designation. So an i8 or an iX or an iX3. But now they're just reserving the eye for the electric cars, but I'm also not a fan of electric cars too, so I guess I am biased in that view. But I think they should still keep the eye there for the petrol cars. So, to tie in what I was saying about the side profile, these taillights, I love the styling of these taillights. It's very sleek. They almost remind me of the Z8 with this kind of white part of the taillight, but it's kind of sleek, like a blade cutting through. And it ties in with that side profile line that just cuts through the side profile, dividing the sleekness to the angular part. I think it looks really good. The tailgate, it has this nice kind of ducktail spoiler from factory. I think this is really tasteful because a lot of these convertibles, they come out but they don't really have that kind of spoiler flick to it. The only other model that I can recall that has this is a Boxster, and I think Boxster is really cool, so this makes it cool too. So to tie in, this does have fake vents here. It's kind of disappointing, We always love to see functional vents on cars. We just think it's really cool. You can tell that real money has gone into the development of these cars. Don't get me wrong. A lot of money has gone into the development of this car, and also having the chassis developed in association with Toyota is another added kind of cool factor. But I mean, things like that sometimes it's just good to know that there's that attention to detail. But we have a nice diffuser with the reverse lights at the bottom. Kind of gives that race car vibe, those like kind of rain lights on F1 cars, but this is for a reverse light. So, and then we have the single tips at the back, 2 of these pipes, and these are real, so you could literally put a stick in there. Shout out to CarWow, and you would know that these are real exhaust tips. But that pretty much wraps it up for the rear end of the car. To move into the interior of this BMW Z4, I think this interior is really stunning. Really stunning. I mean, of course, the M Sport package, we have the M Sport wheel. I'm pretty sure that all the 20i's come with the M Sport package, but this is pretty cool. Of course, like the thickness of the steering wheel, it has a very nice feel to it. Of course, with the kind of pedals, and of course we have this nice shifter. I mean, it gives resemblance to a 8 series shifter with the crystal shifter, but of course this isn't an 8 series, but it's just as cool. So this car is also equipped with the iDrive 7 infotainment system. This does have Apple CarPlay and has wireless charging. I mean, wireless Apple CarPlay too. A lot of cars are confined to the wired Apple CarPlay, but the wireless works really good in this car. I've tried it out. And we have, of course, a digital gauge cluster wrapped in this piano black trim with ambient lighting, which I think is really cool. I should actually get a shot for you guys when this car is out at night, just so you can see the ambient lighting. But the center console is actually quite thick, and it actually gives resemblance to a car like a AMG GT. I really like the kind of solid, big center consoles because it kind of divides you and the driver, but it also allows manufacturers to make the interior more driver focused. I mean, the screen even is actually slightly tilted towards the driver, which makes it kind of cool, but the only drawback is when you operate this iDrive system, it kind of distracts you from the road, especially when you use the touchscreen. But you can also use the controls for this iDrive 7, which I really like about the iDrive 7, is for when you want to do those quick kind of toggles, you can just do it right here. And of course, you can control the rest of the functions of this car, such as traction control, auto start stop. You have your start-stop engine button, of course your gear selector, sport, comfort and eco mode, and you also have your electronic parking brake and the controls for the roof. We will be timing the roof in this video, so stay tuned for that. So another thing I wanted to address in this interior is these seats. I actually really like these seats. I mean, I'm pretty slim
they think we don't wait.
And I struggle with seat bolstering a lot, so I either slide a bit and then I can get that grip from the seat, or some seats are just too tight, but these ones are perfect, and they have this beautiful like orange red kind of color, and the stitching is really cool. I like this cross stitching. It's not like a traditional diamond stitch, but I think it's cool because it's unique. And of course, in this model, you don't get the M motif, the M flag kind of styling cue, but it still looks cool that they still have this gray outline. I think it's a great way to give a little back to the people that don't get the M40Is and the M models. But just to show you the full seat, you can see the bolstering, you can see the nice stitching, as well as the cross stitching with this kind of central section that you only really see in like the iX and like the later kind of extreme unique BMW models. So I think it's really cool that they put it in this Z4. So in this car we have a keyless start and go, so you can just place your key there. You don't need to insert the key or anything like that. The key just needs to be with you inside the car, and you can just start the engine and go. So here you can see the home screen for the iDrive 7 and also the digital gauge cluster. But I really like the functionality on this iDrive system. I think it's the best. Let me go out on a limb here. I think it's the best iDrive system for this car and that BMW has produced. But I must say, I'm a fan of this interior. It feels like an occasion when you step into this interior. It doesn't feel like you're in just any other BMW. Aside from the iDrive 7 and the gauge cluster, it really gives a sense of occasion. So now we are going to be testing how long it takes for the roof to go up on this car. So let me just get my specialist timing tool right here, aka iPhone. And okay, cool, just give me 1 second. I just need to go to the stopwatch. Cool. So now we start right now. So I mean, these are pretty quick. I mean, compared to the old systems, pretty quick. Done. 12.5 seconds. Okay, now. Thank you guys for tuning in for this short review of this BMW Z4. There's more videos to come, of course, and just like, subscribe, let me know what you think about the car in the comment section, and let me know what you think about this style of content. Of course, it's going to be different types of content that will be hitting this channel, so I'd love to know what your feedback is.